Hey, this is BTRADES coming to you with another trade recap from Wednesday, February 11th, 2026. We had a big sell-off this morning and then we recovered a little bit and then just kind of consolidated and chopped around the rest of the day. I caught a few trades and I did want to point out that the sell-off occurred from a historically strong, aggressive market seller that had sold 1,500 contracts in the pre-market on January 13th. And from January 13th until today, that same level has sold off four times, about $80, which is what I mentioned in the pre-market analysis. And that's actually exactly what happened. We went from 7012 down to 76932. So let's take a look at the pre-market analysis timestamp and get into the charts. We had red folder news at 8:30. And you'll notice that this pre-market analysis was released at 4:36. I'm going to start waiting a few minutes after market open so that I can include the exact opening price and the location of the 5 and 20-day SMAs, which are a crucial part of my trend bias or trade bias for the day. Um, and also I don't trade until after 10, so it doesn't really affect my trading window to post a few minutes after the open. But so this was posted at 4:36, which is 9:36 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We did have unemployment news that came out at 8:30, which gave us a very positive reaction and shot us up over 7,000, which cleared the high of day from Monday and Tuesday. And I mentioned that we had a large passive seller sitting there and that he had rejected price and sent us over $80 lower three times previously. So today was the fourth time. And then I said, as long as the cloud maintains support, only look for longs at discount. But if we break through the cloud and it's retested as resistance, then sell side targets will be the psychological level of 6,900 and then the value area low from Friday, which was 68.8850. We didn't quite make it down there. We went down to 69.32 today was our low of day. But as far as we did break the cloud and retest it from the bottom, and that's actually where I took my first short today. Let's go ahead and jump into the charts and see exactly what happened. Okay, so as you can see from the open, we got up to 7012. So initially this was a green candle that got rejected back down, and that seller is sitting at 7015. So we probably front ran price a little bit. And then we just started selling aggressively. We had this small retracement, and these blue lines, they represent the value area from Tuesday. And typically, I say if we open outside the value area and then go into the value area, trade into the previous day's value area, there's an 80% chance that we'll trade through to the other side. So this is a very high probability trade, especially that we had this retracement. The only reason I didn't take this is because I was had a long bias above the cloud. But even going down to this value area could have still maintained bullish structure. So it's not quite within the B zone's rules, and it's also in the first 30 minutes. Um, so, but I did notice that, and that's the statistic you should keep in mind for the future. When we came down below the cloud and retested as support, as resistance, as I said in my pre-market analysis, I did take a position here level to level, which was a nice trade. And then it made sense that we bounced here off of the 5-day moving average, and we actually bounced with volume, and then we retested that impulsive movement, and then we were up here and kind of just chopping around. This short I took because we were testing the cloud and also a 5-minute fair value gap or inefficiency in the cloud, and we had swept this previous candle. So that was a nice level to level trade right there, and then I was done for the day. Typically, I only like to catch one of these, so catching two was nice, and you can see that for the remainder of the day, we were just staying inside what ended up being the value area for the day. And we were just doing value area rotations here, and then the cloud was flattening and becoming thin as well. So, and we also closed almost exactly where we had closed on Tuesday, and this is a sign of indecision, which is typical when we have big news coming up. We actually do have red folder news both tomorrow and on Friday. Tomorrow is unemployment claims at 8:30, and Friday is the big one is CPI, also at 8:30. So the market is getting ready for those introduction of volatility that will be associated with them. Yeah, so the lesson from today is to really, it does pay to have order flow on your chart and to pay attention to where large aggressive orders come in because that history will play a part again and again and again. If there's an aggressive participant that is building a position and then defending their position over and over again, you can start to see that pattern and you can recognize it. And it's something that's deeper than just candles that you're not necessarily going to see unless you have order flow or you have B zones in my pre-market analysis. That way I'll keep you up to track before the market opens every day. Anyway, well, that's it for today. Have a great night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Aloha.